they not just defeated, they trashed Manchester United at the Theatre of Dreams by 3 goals to 0. Yes, and of course, on that note, we start off today's edition of your number one sports show on Lagos Traffic Radio, Sports Lounge. My name is Oluwole. Of course, so much is happening in the world of sports. Yes, the Formula One Championship is also going down. Team Nigeria at the Paralympics. Definitely give you some updates from that, as well as, of course, we all know that the transfer window closed, and of course, now we're looking forward to games, international football games coming up by this time next weekend. Nigeria, the Super Eagles of Nigeria, yes, of course, they'll be taking on the Cheetahs of Benin Republic, as well as the Mobubi Bees of Rwanda. Yes, so and a good number of the players, of course, would have started leaving their club sides to come into the country. Of course, we know that the Falconets will be taking on South Korea at this year's Under-20 Women's Championship that will be hosted in Bogota, Colombia. So this and so much more. Of course, the NPFL 2024-2025 season has kicked off yesterday, and this and so much stories will be coming down. I'm giving you all this, stories and dishing out this information on today's edition. We just take this very short breather and then start off from stories from the international sports scene. Yes, of course, we'll start off from the tennis, where, of course, you know that the ongoing 2024 US Open is happening, and most of the top seed and players that were expected to go quite far have knocked out. Of course, earlier as of yesterday, Novak Djokovic was knocked out, losing to Alexei Popin. However, the likes of Sinner and, of course, even is another in Daniel Medvedev ensure that they made it to the next stage of the competition. For Yannick Sinner, he defeated Christopher O'Connell 6-1, 6-4, 6-2, of course, to ensure that he makes it to the fourth round, as well as Daniel Medvedev, who also defeated Italy's Flavio Cobolli 6-3, 6-4, 6-3. Of course, based on that, Sinner was asked about Djokovic and, of course, Carlos Alcaraz's exits, and for him, he stated everything can happen in this sport. I try to stay on my side of the net and to take it day by day. And then, of course, also Daniel Medvedev, he stated, I said before the match that for me, the upsets don't matter. The conditions here are tricky and the favorites have fewer margins. Of course, for Yannick Sinner, he will be taking on Tommy Paul, who fought back after going a set down, losing it 6-7, but then he went on to win the remaining 3 sets, 6-3, 6-1, 7-6. So it's a good one for him. Of course, for Yannick Sinner, he'll be looking forward to getting to win another Grand Slam after winning the Australian Open. And of course, you know that Yannick Sinner is also world number 1, as well as that's for Daniel Medvedev as well. He's looking like, holding on and having a strong resilience. Of course, he will also be looking forward to win his second Grand Slam, where he will be taking on Nuno Borges of Portugal, who defeated Czech Republic's Jakub Mensik 6-7, 6-1, 3-6, 7-6, 6-love. Yes, he had to, after he dropped 2 sets. However, he went on to win 3 sets in their 5-set encounter, and hopefully he'll be able to, when he meets Nuno Borges of Portugal, maybe he would also make it to the quarterfinals. Of course, we also have the likes of Jordan Thompson, who made it to the last 16 for the second time in his career after defeating Italy's Italian 38th seed Matteo Arnaudi. Of course, for the women, Coco Gauff is doing quite well, and I must say she's all ensuring that she would be able to go quite far and possibly make it to the final. She's been battling, ensuring that she's doing so much. However, it was a tough round between herself and Emma Navarro, but she was able to ensure that she got past Emma Navarro and to make it to the last 16. Of course, for Total Golf, for Coco Golf rather, she ensured that she wants to become the first woman since Serena Williams did it in 2014 to become the first woman to defend a U.S. Open title. So, of course, hopefully, when she and Navarro, have that matchup today, it will be a tough one. And hopefully, she says that she needs to maintain her focus. Well, sad one though, sad one I must say. With ensure after going head to head with Emma Navarro, it's not looking. It didn't look so good for her. But hey, she can't go ahead to defend it anymore. She was looking forward to defending her title, becoming the first to defend the title. But sadly, like I said earlier, Emma Navarro knocked her out. Of course, after that encounter, she said, "I feel like that match at Wimbledon, I think I mentally just literally collapsed on the court. I was very frustrated. I have to expect her to play her best tennis, and I just need to know that I need to bring it and mentally be there." So, of course, but then it's going to be a tough one, like I said, between hopefully, when she can get herself together. In another encounter, we have Zheng Quinen. Yes, she'll be taking on Donna Vecic, and to more like a rematch of the Paris 2024 Olympics. Yes, of course, at the finals, the just concluded Olympic Games, for Quinen, she defeated Croatia's Donna Vecic 6-2, 6-3 to win gold. Yes, however, this is the Grand Slam, the last Grand Slam of the year. So hopefully, Donna Vecic might be able to get herself together and hope that when she meets Quinen, their matchup will not end up like what happened at Paris 2024 Olympia. Of course, both of them are bidding to see how to get into the last 16. Of course, same thing as Arina Zabalenka, who will be taking on Belgium's Elise Mertens. And all these games, of course, will be going down later today. So, interesting one, interesting times ahead regarding the 2024 US Open. From there, we'll go over to the Formula One tracks. Yes, of course, Monza. Yes, and it is Charles Leclerc that was able to eventually pull off that thrilling encounter and ensure that Ferrari were able to win and also win the Italian Grand Prix on home soil. Yes, of course, for Charles Leclerc, he went past Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris to ensure that he finished and get a second. Yes, he was able to get a second Grand Prix victory for the season, and for him, it's a good one, I must say. Max Verstappen didn't make the podium this time around. First time in a long while, he came finish sixth, and now it has now caught Lando Norris himself and Max Verstappen by 8 points. Yes, so it's quite tight now but then, of course, for Charles Leclerc, he's been able to get another victory and make his some form of statement for himself that, hey, you guys, I'm still here, and of course, there's still so much to look forward to. Yes, of course, we have 9 more Grand Prix before the end of the 2024 Formula One Championship season. So, yes, congratulations to Charles Leclerc. Yes, like I said, it's a home win for Ferrari, and they will definitely be celebrating, of course, finishing ahead of McLaren's Oscar Piastri and, of course, Lando Norris. Of course, in the standings right now, it's quite tight. Max Verstappen with 303 points after he has 7 Grand Prix wins. And then Lando Norris comes second with 2 Grand Prix wins with 241. And then, of course, we have Charles Leclerc with 217 points with also Grand Prix victories as well. Then in the 4th position, we have Oscar Piastri with 197 points. And with 1 Grand Prix victory, we have Carlos Sainz. Yes, Carlos Sainz Jr. with 184 points with 1 Grand Prix win. And of course, 6th position outside the top 5, Lewis Hamilton, 2 Grand Prix victories with 164 points. So, yeah, interesting one. It's quite interesting so far. Yes, all roads leads to Azerbaijan in 2 weeks' time. Yes, Azerbaijan Grand Prix that will be held in the Baku City Circuit. Of course, a week after that, September the 22nd. We'll be looking forward to the Singapore Grand Prix that will be held in Marina Bay, Singapore. Yes, so of course, we know the Paralympic yes, the Paralympics is on at the moment, and definitely Team Nigeria is doing their best to get themselves in a good state. However, on the medals table, yes, China still are doing quite well. I must say this time around they are pushing everything to ensure that they win the Paralympics. Of course, for the Olympics, Team USA won that with the most gold medals ahead of Los Angeles 2028. Yes, definitely. That's where the next Olympic Games will be held. But then, of course, in the medals table for the Paris 2024 Paralympics, China has 27 gold medals, 23 silver medals, and 10 bronze medals. Total of 60 medals so far. Then, of course, Team Great Britain, they have 20 gold medals, 12 silver medals, and 8 bronze medals with 40 medals in total. Then we have Brazil coming with in third position, 8 gold medals, 4 silver medals, and 13 bronze medals, 25 total of 25 medals. Team USA 6 gold medals, 10 silver medals, and 6 bronze medals, total of 22 medals. And of course, in fifth position, yes, the host France, 6 gold medals, 7 silver medals, and 10 bronze medals with 23 medals in total. Of course, for Team Africa, Tunisia lead with 2 gold medals, 1 silver medal, and no bronze medal. Total of 3 medals. And of course, we know that Morocco as well have 2 silver medals and 2 silver medals and 3 bronze medals, total of 5 medals. So hopefully Team Nigeria, we'll definitely talk about it, and then after we take this short break, and of course we'll take stories from the Nigerian sports scene.
All right, thanks for staying with us. We have this update of a broken down loader tanker with propeller problem at Iyanoba in what Okukomaiko. A mechanic has been contacted, but it's not really having effect on traffic at this time. Also from the Oluwole axis, good movement from Akpongbo Bridge descending to Outer Marina inwards journey CMS. Down to Nighthall Junction. State House connecting Mekwen Bridge in Osborne Camp is good to go. Ascending Obale Inde Bridge inwards journey Osborne intersection of Simpson Bridge is free. Osborne exit by emergency point down to Ilubiri. Inwards Adeniji Adele by Carter Bridge. Inwards exit to Link 3rd Mainland Bridge on Rutiano Woro is very free. Adekule intersection on 3rd Mainland Bridge inwards Adeniji down to Surah Junction by Simpson Bridge is appreciable. Obalende Bridge inwards journey Oniko descending Flag House on Route CMS Bridge to Link Akpongbo Bridge is also good to go. No impediment at this time, and we have traffic managers on ground monitoring traffic within the area. Back to you, Logo.
Yes, of course, Team Nigeria at the Paralympic Games in Paris. Not looking so good so far. Earlier today, Miriam Bolaji lost to Zhao Xunxian of China 21-16, 21-17. So she lost 2 sets to Chinese opponents in the women's badminton singles event SL3. Of course, in another of the all events that Team Nigeria is participating. Yes, of course, the duo of the earlier today, Victor Farin Loye. Yes, Victor Farin Loye lost to Bonazo Hill of Croatia in the 3 games they played in. That's the men's singles table tennis. They lost all 3 sets to Bonazo Hill. 11-7 first set, second set 11-7, third set 11-7. So he lost all 3 sets and got knocked out in the first round of the table tennis event. Same as Nigeria's Olabi. Yes, also he lost in the round of 16 to China's Lian Hao. 11-6, 11-6, 11-7. Lost all 3 sets. So he's been knocked out in the second round of the competition. So it's looking like hopefully Team Nigeria can get their acts together. yesterday we had Faith Obazwaye. She lost in the round of 16. Yes, in the women's table tennis singles, she lost all three sets as well. 11-4, 11-8, 11-3, losing all the three sets to Chinese Taipei Tia and Xuan Wen. So hopefully our girl, representatives can put themselves together. Tomorrow though, we have a Nigerian in the men's singles table tennis class 5. We have Bolawa Akingbemi Shilu. Yes, he's taking on Lucas Carvajal of Brazil, 9 a.m. Nigerian time in the round of 16. So hopefully, we'll be able to get something from that. Same as by 11:15 a.m. Nigerian time, we have Kayode Alabi. Yes, in the round of 16, we'll be taking on Bobby Simeon of Romania. So, well, fingers crossed for Team Nigeria in the table tennis events, and of course also Nigerian athletes in the powerlifting event. Hopefully they can also do quite well. Of course, we still have the likes of Eniola Bolaji, who she's also hoping that we can see her make it to the next round in the para badminton event. Moving over there to, of course, MPFL 2024-25 season, where Enugu Rangers played a goalless draw. Yes, it was a goalless affair in the Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium yesterday, and of course the captain is saying that he's hoping that they can get their scoring form. Yes, of course, the captain of the Flying Antelopes, Chinemerim Uguze. Yes, he went on to state that it was a bad day in the office for us. The result was not what we expected. I believe we are better than this. It's just our plans and did not go as expected. So hopefully they can get their acts together, and by the time they play the next set of games, they can start getting scoring goals. Of course, we know that they made it to the next round of the CAF Champions League, and they'll be taking on Sagrada Esperanza of Angola. So that game will be played between the 13th to 15th of this month. So hopefully, team Enugu Rangers make us proud. Of course, for code, even Fidelis Ilechukwu has stated that it is one of the games that had their worst games at home at the Cathedral in Enugu. However, he's hoping that when they reconvene again, couple of preparing for the CAF Champions League game against Sagrada Esperanza of Angola, they might be able to do better. Of course, the other games in the MPFL will be played next week, whereby Ikorodu City of Lagos, they'll be on the road. Yes, they'll be playing against Kano Pillars. And then, of course, we also know that, of course, next weekend, the Super Eagles of Nigeria will be taking on the Cheetahs of Benin Republic. And a good number of the players will definitely start, coming in now that the weekend games are wrapping up. Of course, the likes of Alex Iwobi, the likes of even Taiwo Awoniyi, as well as even Olaino, they will all be coming back, and even Olisanda as well. Yes, of course, he had a good game for Orlando Pirates, where they won their match. Yes, of course, in the cup that they had, they played in against Cape Town City. They defeated Cape Town City FC 2-0 and 3-1 on aggregate. So hopefully when he comes in, of course, it's no news that Bruno Labbadia has walked away from the Super Eagles job. However, reports are still linking other coaches. Some reports say Frank Lampard. Well, wait to see how that pans out. If the FA can have a good negotiation and relate with him, or even find a way to speak with Bruno Labbadia and hopefully make him reconsider. But then, of course, for that game against the Cheetahs of Benin Republic, it will be Coach Austin Eguavon that will be there. And of course, on a sad note, yes, I must say, last night, Ivorian legend Sobamba was announced that he passed away at the age of 39. This news was broke and announced by Adanspor, yes, in the Turkish second tier league, stated that he fell ill before the match, and when he was rushed to the or taken to the hospital in the late evening yesterday. He had passed away. So of course, clubs he has played for, the likes of Leicester City, Leeds United, Middlesbrough, and of course Cardiff City, as well as Trabzonspor, have also expressed their condolences to his family. But then moving over to European football scene, earlier, not so long before I came into the studio, yes, is Liverpool 3, Manchester United 0. Mohamed Salah with 2 assists and a goal for, to ensure that Liverpool right now put themselves in the driving seat. Of course, yesterday we saw Manchester City, the defending champions, defeat West Ham 3-1. Of course, with Erling Brot Haaland getting a hat-trick in that game. Arsenal dropped 2 points at home where they played a 1-0 draw with Brighton of Albion after with Declan Rice, of course, getting red carded. But then, of course, with table star Man City are leading, of course, with more goals compared to Liverpool, who are second. And then, of course, Brighton are third, Arsenal are fourth. Also, Newcastle United defeated Tottenham Hotspur 2-1. Yes, all goals were scored by Newcastle, interestingly, because Dan Burn scored an own goal, and then the remaining Newcastle actually took the lead via Evan Barnes, then Dan Burn's own goal before Alexander Isak got the winner for Newcastle. Brentford also won their own encounter, starting life without Ivan Toney, won that game 3-1. And then, of course, Aston Villa defeated Leicester City 3-1 as well. Chelsea played a 1-0 draw with Crystal Palace after Nicholas Jackson, who has just extended his contract. He has signed a 9-year deal with Chelsea. He got the goal, but then Eberechi Eze got the equalizer in the second half, and that game ended 1 apiece. And then, of course, before we leave the studio, other results from other leagues. Yesterday, Barcelona were in 7th heaven when they defeated Real Valladolid 7-0. Rafinha with a hat-trick there. And, of course, we had Lamar getting a brace, as well as even Robert Lewandowski as well getting a goal for himself in that encounter. Villarreal and Valencia played a 1-0 draw, and then, of course, later today, yes, Real Madrid will be taking on Betis. And then, of course, Atletico Madrid yesterday defeated Atletico Bilbao by a 2-0. So, yes, interesting games to look forward to. Yesterday, AC Milan played a 2-0 draw with Lazio. Napoli had to dig in deep to defeat Parma 2-1, with Victor Osimhen looking like he's now been ostracized from the Napoli team. But wait to see how that pans out as well. Of course, Inter Milan defeated Atlanta earlier in the weekend by 4-0. So Roma as well will be playing later this weekend. Well, of course, like I said, after this weekend's international break, hopefully we get to see our Nigerian players come in and the Super Eagles give us a handsome victory over Benin Republic and, of course, Rwanda as we kick off the AFCON 2025 qualification series. Well, that's so much we can take on today's show. My name remains Oluwole Logo. Have a beautiful week ahead. Happy New Month, everyone.